Are you doing extensions by the way? Are you doing Via?
I'm doing extensions.
Oh, you're doing extensions? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't remember what you sent me. Is they like an almond shape? Yeah, I love that almonds.
Yeah.
I've kind of got a stiletto going on.
Yeah, I do love a stiletto. I do love a stiletto as well, but I feel like I'm getting into like more natural looking
nails.
Everything.
Oh, okay. So
yeah.
Nails.
It's like last year, like when I said no more frontals. I want to rock my hair. And then ever since then, I don't know, maybe it's with age. You just get to a point, you're like, maybe I need to tone it down. But I'm trying to find the balance between it looking a bit natural and still giving glam down, because I like the glam look. Yeah,
exactly. You kind of need to switch up every once in a while. But I remember actually watching one of your lives though, where you were talking about how like a lot of us, like black women, like we don't feel attractive without a wig, or like it's not even necessarily always that intense, but like the wig is like the go-to when you picture you know, like a glam look, like I should say, which is kind of unhealthy because we need to like look at our own hair that way. And it was so funny because like I mainly get like braids and stuff a lot if I'm trying to, you know, not do wigs so much, but like I kind of will go to my natural hair as a last resort. So I was kind of like, I never thought that I felt like that about myself, but I can see what she's saying, like in a way, like because I like, for example, when I see you on your natural hair journey, I just think I could never do that, but it's only because right now I'm growing my hair and my hair is really short. I know what happened to it, but like a couple years ago I was taking out my braids and I don't know what happened since then, but like I just took them out and it was just mad short and like uneven as well. Yeah, that's what I thought, but I was like, how did I do it without noticing? Because you would have seen it in the braids. So sometimes I think, like, did it damage my hair in some way? But it being uneven made me think that had something to do with it. But yeah, so since then, it's been a bit mad. Like, it's even now, and I feel like it is growing gradually. But there's just not much length to it, which is really sad because it used to be like, not hella long, but it used to get to my shoulders. And now it's just like, I feel like it's barely long enough to like put up. So I feel like I just can't feel, I think I feel differently if I had my hair the way it was before.
And I think part of that, I feel like a lot of women will relate to that because, and this is why when I've not really done a lot of videos talking about my hair per se, because my hair is not short. And I know that I don't want to be pretentious and be like, oh yeah, wear your natural hair, when I know that for a lot of women they're nervous to wear their hair because their hair is short. And as black people, when we were growing up, we were told that it was like if you had long hair you were like the special black person because you got long hair. And when most people didn't have long hair, and so we've almost like not fetishized it, but we look up to it. And so we have attached beauty with having long, luxurious hair. So when your hair's not long, it's like, oh no, I can't wear it out. And this is part of what I was talking about, because I don't want to say even me who has long hair, because I've always been able to maintain hair that's at least up to like my collarbone or longer. Collarbone?
Yeah, collarbone.
Yeah. Even I used to feel like if I don't have long, bouncy, luxurious hair, I'm not glammed out.
I love that.
Glammed out. So I was like, you need to get over that. Like, you need to be able to.
Because short hair can be gorgeous as well. Like, we know that, so I don't know why
like Shayon.
Oh my god, she looks amazing since she cut her hair. Like, I love that. When I first saw it, I was like, yes.
And this is what other black women need to see. In that you can still be glam.
I am thinking about that, to be fair.
Whether your hair is a skin fade or it's long or whatever, you should still feel
celebrate your hair in some way.
And not feel like, oh, it's my birthday, I need to get a long wig or whatever. Because with me, it got so bad that I couldn't even wear braids and feel. So the braids I'm wearing now, I feel beautiful with them. When I used to wear braids when I was wearing wigs a lot, that was more of my, this is my downtime. So like, let's say I've got an event to go to, I wouldn't feel as put together when I was wearing braids. I used to feel like, oh, I'm going to this event, I need to take my braids out so I can get ready. And that's not.
It's not. It's definitely not a healthy mindset. Yeah, for sure. But no, I get why you think that, because even with braids, even though we know braids can look good as well, I feel like sometimes some people, you kind of have it in the back of your mind that it's like, it's nice, but it's not, do you know what I mean?
It's not,
yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
That's exactly how
A lot of us were wearing braids in school.
Yeah.
So like, when I wear braids, I feel like, this is like childish hairstyle.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? It's like,
feel gross, sexy.
Essentially we equate like inches, like a long weave with like, I'm grown now.
Sexy.
Yeah. That's so true.
Exactly what it is.
That. Yeah.
So I was just like, okay, Dami, get a grip. And my signature weave, or my signature wigs would always be, I wasn't a bust down.
Okay. Yeah.
I was a heavy side sweep girly.
Yeah.
Like it would literally cover an eye.
Oh, okay.
Like a Leah.
Yeah.
Like it would really deep side part.
Okay.
That was me.
That really suit you. I can picture that. Yeah.
Girl, I know.
That was my look.
That was my signature look. But I was like, in doing that look, I'm hiding most of my face. Mm-hmm. So that was another layer of, I didn't feel pretty. Yeah.
You said in your life that a lot of us are scared of our foreheads. I'm like, oh my god, it's so true, because the first thing I think when I get braids done, even sometimes when I'm making a TikTok, I'm like, I can't wait till my hair starts growing out just a little bit, because I feel like my forehead is just right there.
It's just there.
Like just staring at me.
Because you've been putting the lace here.
So it's like, oh my god, I forgot my forehead is actually as big as it is.
Because we want to protect our edges. You
Yeah.
put the lace like an inch in front. So you've lost a whole inch of it on your forehead.
And my forehead isn't even that big either, but it just feels like that.
It feels like that.
Sometimes I have this random intrusive thought, like, no shade to Reed, but I'm like, I wonder like what Rihanna be going through when she gets her braids, because she's got a fine head. So could you imagine? It's like, oh my god, it's just staring at me.
It's a bit of a jump scare. Like, whoa, what's going on here? Like,
it's so
was my forehead always this big, or was my hairline moving
back? I'm questioning myself, like, have I always been walking around with this forehead? Like, what?
And this something
crazy.
My hairline moving back, or like, what's going on? Yeah, exactly. So
right, no, it's so true.
I was like, I need to learn how to feel beautiful without all of these things. Yeah. And I wanted it to be, the natural is my norm. Mm-hmm. And then if I want to spice it up a little bit, temporarily, then I'll put a wig on or get braids done for a little while. But my go-to hairstyle consistently has to be my hair. Yeah. It was hard. It was hard in the beginning. Yeah. I actually relaxed my hair. I'm going to be very honest with this. I grew up, when I was 10, my mum relaxed my hair because she didn't know how to look after it. She didn't know what to do with my hair. Mm-hmm. And I've got a lot of hair. When it's natural, it's even more like, obviously. So from the age of 10 till about 27, I was a relaxed hair girly, like my hair was really long, I knew how to look after it, all that stuff. Great. And then I started to think, I don't even know what my natural hair looks like. So I did a big chop. I transitioned for 2 years because, again, I didn't want to have the low haircut like Shayon is rocking, because I didn't think I could do it.
This is this fear.
And it's that fear of shortness. Yeah. So
it's like, what do my head actually look like?
Yeah,
with short hair. I've never seen it.
With this forehead. I don't think I can rock it. I know I'm pretty, but I don't think I'm I'm sorry, no. And
I just don't know if everybody can. So I'm like, what if I'm one of the ones that can't? Now it's too late.
I've got a round face.
Yeah.
I think I've got a round face, and so and I feel like it's quite chubby. So I feel like if I had no hair, my face would look, I feel like it would just look like a ball, like a football.
Sorry.
Like, I don't think it will make sense. That's something but again, it's something I need to work on, right? So it is what it is.
But the thing is, I've also never seen a woman with short hair that looks bad, if that makes sense. Like, they usually look really good. So maybe there is something in, you just have to do a certain style to like maybe it can work, maybe it's just in our head that it can't, kind of thing.
I think that, I feel like black women in general, that where all of us, it's going to be such a soothing statement, but I'm going to stand myself.
Yeah, go for it.
I feel like we're all really beautiful, like we've all got striking features, and I think that we spend a lot of time hiding those features. Yeah. And we hide it behind the hair. Yeah. A lot. And, and the lashes and all sorts of things to try and like look different, if that makes sense. And even down to like when I wear makeup, I try not to wear it in such a way where it's like I look like a completely different person when I take it off. It's supposed to enhance what I've already got. It's supposed to make it look completely different. Yeah. It's probably the reason why, as much as I thought about getting a BBL, I didn't get one. Because I was like,
really? I never knew that.
Yeah, I thought about it. Because I ain't got no hips. Like, what?
I had a friend that was really, really serious about getting it. Like, she had money saved up and everything, and I had a friend like just fully convinced her in the end not to do it, which I'm so happy with. Yeah. But like, it surprised me, like, and now you're the second person I've met that was like, yeah, like I really want to get done. It surprised me there were women in the UK that were really like committed. But then now I see more influencers and stuff getting it done. I'm like, wow, I guess it is a thing.
I was gonna get
over here as well.
Because, and this is another thing, I think because we're sexualized from such a young age, and there's that whole thing of black women are supposed to have big bums, supposed to have like certain physical features, and that's not the case. And I mean, I have a bum, but it's not the type of bum that is supposed to be like the black girl bum.
Okay.
My friends don't want to say that, it's in my head because they're like,
yeah, I was gonna say, I think
I see your body, like,
I think that's the case,
but it's because I feel like I don't have hips.
Oh, okay.
So I wanted the BBL to get the hips.
More for the hips,
yeah,
okay.
Not for the back. Just
that's what I don't remember her name, but she's on Laid Bare with Oloni, or she used to be. It's like Sarah Jamila, something like that, SJ. But she said the same thing. She was on 90s Extra talking about how she got a BBL, but it was because of her hips. But she said that, like, and I did not know that this could happen. Like, she peed it out. Apparently, your body can reject it.
Oh wow!
And yeah, it just comes out in your urine. I was like, that is crazy. I was like, so
that
just
would piss
all that money wasted.
That would piss me off.
All that money just wow.
Yeah.
Like, and she was like, but she ended up like, you know, going healthy, like working out and like going gym and stuff. And like, she said she actually started to naturally, as her body changed, she got hips anyway. So she was like, so like, you know, it was kind of a lesson, like you actually don't really need all that. But I was like, but I was still stuck on like, you really peed it out though. Like,
I know, right? I think, you know, like I'm saying with the hair thing, I feel like I had to force myself to be like, this is what God gave you.
Yeah. Embrace it.
Yeah. And there's beauty in embracing it. So I was like, okay, cool, just go gym. And even in the gym, I'm not trying to build a booty. I'm not trying to give the illusion of hips. I'm just trying to be the best version of what I have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you look good though. It's been working.
I'm trying.
So Dami, welcome to the Undherrated Salon. I'm so glad that you came today.
Finally.
I know. Because we was here a year ago. Like, how come you're on the show? And it's been actually been a year. That's crazy.
It's been a long time.
So I'm so happy to have you. I actually haven't done the show in a few months. I'm happy to be back.
Yes.
But we have plenty to discuss. We're actually already getting into a conversation about a lot of the content that you make. Because you have a podcast called Unpicked.
Yes.
And you also make TikToks as well. So you actually, how many followers do you have on TikTok now? I think you're at like a 30k?
30k, I wish.
Oh, okay, I thought that was off the top of my head. But.
No, I'm sitting on around 15.
Okay, that's really good though, because I think, oh my God, it's always when I start talking, sorry. But yeah, and I think that you were like around like 8 or 10 when we last spoke.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you've grown.
Yeah, I hit 10k within like 3 months of starting my TikTok.
Okay.
It's slowing down now, but I prefer it that way.
Yeah.
Because I did a few, some of my videos just randomly went viral. And that's what kind of, like, skyrocketed my TikTok.
Because you do a lot of like hair and like skincare and makeup content, which I can tell that you really enjoy.
That's
but you also
do
commentary videos.
Yeah,
as well.
so when I started, so what it was I wanted to start doing TikTok in 2022. But the thing about TikTok is everyone's always trying to teach you something. And I came across
everyone's an expert.
Yeah, and I came across all this TikTok videos around how to like get engagement, how to find your niche, how to this, like that, and it overwhelmed me. So it stifled me. So it made me feel like I do want to do this. I do want to start content creating because I have a creative flair. But I don't even know where to start. Like, should I do this? And it was just too much. So one random day in November in last year, 2023, I was like, guys, I'm just gonna start making whatever I want to make, and if it blows, it blows. If it doesn't blow, that's you lot's problem.
Yeah. I said that's you lot's problem.
For real, like I can't have that for this matter. I just want to do my thing. Okay, I'm gonna come and talk my shit.
Yeah, fair.
So I said to myself, every day you have to post a video.
And are you doing the podcast at this point?
Because I've been doing the podcast at that point for about 2 years.
Okay.
I wanted something of my own. Because the podcast I have a co-host.
Yeah.
So I was like, I want something of my own where I can talk my shit, and that's that. So every day I would just talk about something. There's always something popping up on X.
Oh my God, that threw me. I've never met anyone that's called it X.
I normally say X formerly Twitter.
What is that?
One thing I'm like, I saw this X formerly Twitter. I normally say X formerly Twitter.
Elon Musk will be happy that somebody's calling it X, child.
I'm trying to become a rapper. Like,
she's like, I'm gonna respect.
I'm gonna respect, right?
Sorry, keep going.
No, but for real. So like, there's always some sort of discourse. So I would see something and be like, okay, what do I think about it? And then I'd just post a video of me yapping. And of course, when you're talking about topics that everyone else is talking about, if you say,
just brings out the crazy.
Yeah, it brings out the crazies. And not that I'm intentionally controversial. I just don't give a heck.
I don't even think that your takes are that controversial. Like, because I was listening to the latest episode of Unpicked, and you were speaking on your videos that you, where basically you were speaking on the whole Chioma and Damme situation. And your opinion was very much a popular opinion, I felt. Like, it was very much like, that's not a win, because it's not a win.
It's not.
To be honest, I was surprised because I thought they were married already. So I was kind of like, you put up with all this stuff with your husband? That's crazy. But Godspeed, I guess.
Right.
So when I saw your video, I was like, well, yeah, obviously, period. Like, so to see like, and I saw that you mentioned like you did a video where you were like kind of like joking at the backlash. But it wasn't until I listened to that episode of Unpicked where you said that like the Nigerian shade rooms and stuff had taken your video, and I was like, yo, is it that serious? Because it's not even a hot take. Like,
it's not the first time it's happened to me, because back in December, late December last year, I made a video about being British born Nigerian. And it was off the back of, you know, when Adiola, and Madam Joy, they went to Nigeria, and Adiola did the whole like all throughout her videos while she's in Nigeria.
Adiola does that sometimes though. Yeah. She's done it before,
and you know, on Twitter, for me, well, X for me, Twitter, I saw like the Nigerians on that app are so toxic.
They're so
and
mean.
People were like, they were the ones that were like, oh, you know, she's not speaking it properly, she sounds funny, these in it people, these just comes in it. And I was like, oh, now they're gonna start acting like they're Nigerian. They act like they're Nigerian in December. They were saying all sorts of things.
They are Nigerian.
And I was thinking to myself, nah, I've had enough of this, because as someone who
they will always have a problem.
As someone that was born here, and my Yoruba sounds British. Obviously. I can understand it, but when I speak it sounds wrong.
Exactly.
And I got irritated because I hear this, I've been hearing this all my life. Like, when I'm in Nigeria, people are like, oh, we can tell you're not from here. They treat, like, they welcome you, but they make it clear that you're not one of us.
I'm surprised that you see that in real life. I would think in real life people would be more like, oh, she's trying. Like,
one thing about me, I'm not going to say something if it's not really the truth. So, and that's I just stand on that. I don't ever create stuff to cause havoc. I'm saying my truth. So I came on TikTok and I was like, off the back of this video, like, of what Adela's going through, this is how I feel about it. And actually, this is what you lot need to understand, is that we don't fit in here in the UK because of microaggressions, racism, blah, blah, blah. Like, little ways, people that are from the UK let you know that you're not really from here. And then when we go home, when you point out things like, oh, we're not saying it right, or you label us as in-it people, it's not, it doesn't make us feel like we're part of you lot here. And we didn't choose to be born in the UK. Like, I didn't choose to be from here. It's just, that's just my reality. So why don't you encourage us? It's worse because they then encourage other people that speak our language, but they don't encourage us that try.
Really?
Yeah.
As in people that are not Nigerian.
No, so like Nigerians, like when a Caucasian person is seen to be embracing our culture,
so strange.
They take it like, oh my god, wow, mad impressed, mad encouraging. When we do it, they mock us because they have an expectation that we should already be able to do it. But why would I? I've never lived in Nigeria. I wasn't brought up there. I was brought up here, and the first language you speak in the UK is English. So it's
of course it's going to sound different.
Exactly. And that was the point I was making. So that video blew up. That video blew up. Bitch. Yeah, that video blew up. Thank you. It's fine, thanks. And all the Nigerian blogs took it and started reposting it, resharing it.
That sounds like a slow news day, boy.
Girl.
Because, like, why is it even
I think what it is because it blew up on TikTok overnight.
I guess because they're in Nigeria.
I think, it's that. And also it was a hot topic at the time because of that. And also because the video blew up. I'm talking like overnight, it hit like something like 50k views. And then within a week, I was on 1 million views, like crazy likes. So I think obviously for them, they saw, oh, it's a video about Nigeria, from Nigeria.
Yeah, makes sense.
It's gone viral.
Yeah.
Let's post it because it's a talking point. They're like the shade bars.
Yeah, exactly how they would hear. Yeah.
So that opened me up to a lot of like mean DMs, people messaging me, saying all sorts of things, and I was just like, this is a lot. I can't.
That's the part that's crazy. Like, it's one thing to like write a fleeting comment that you're not really thinking about on a video that you're just, but to like take the time to DM that person like over an opinion that you don't agree with about something that literally doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Like, it's like
they take it so personally, and I feel like there's this culture with Nigerians actually, particularly, where if they think you're wrong, they feel like they have to correct you, and so I understand that because I know that's part of my culture, and so they felt so strongly about what I was saying that they felt like they needed to correct me. And the same thing happened with the sharing the video thing, but it was worse because now I was getting deference. People were going from my TikTok to my.
Show my David if he's wedding, you're not even invited to, you know.
That's why I made that video saying you lot are defending it as if they're gonna give you part of the bride price.
Like part of the wedding party, exactly. Like,
because I don't understand.
like you're about to get caught.
Like some girl went on my Instagram. She went through my pictures and started commenting on all of my pictures. Oh, look at this girl. She thinks that she's this. Does she think that the video would choose her? I think, babes, she was pretty, but I'm pretty as well. Like
exactly.
Like, you're right.
Disrespect me. Like. That's so
especially if
dumb.
I go on your profile, you're not cute yourself. Do not
and they
talk about me.
never are. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It's always those people that's like, you have the nerve. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, this time I was getting difference, and I was like, okay, yeah, everything's getting shut down. So I had to make everything private. I was like, if we're not friends on socials, I'm not even. You can't even comment on my stuff. You can't even DM.
Oh, you can do that on TikTok.
Yeah, you can do that on
like strangers
on Instagram. You can do it. So on Instagram, they've got this feature where if I'm not following you back, you can't even comment on stuff. On the Davido and Chema thing. Video, TikTok flagged it to me that I was getting threatening comments. And I've never experienced that before, but they were like, for anti-bullying.
Was it like just in your comment section, or did they actually send a message?
They sent me a message.
Oh, that means it's serious.
Yeah, and they were like, oh, we've noticed, because because obviously with TikTok, they filter.
Yeah. That's what I usually see. Because in the comments, they won't show you. Yeah.
So I think there was so many in there that TikTok messaged me and were like, we've had to filter a lot of the comments that you're getting on this video.
Okay.
Yeah. And they were like, you can put in extra measures on this particular video.
Okay. That's good.
So, on that particular video, they put in place that functionality of if I'm not following you back, you can't comment on my video.
That's actually really good. That's one thing I like about TikTok. That you can tell that they very much are actually trying to bear in mind people's mental health and not have just anything be said.
They don't play.
Yeah. They can be a bit strict sometimes. Like I will say the smallest thing, and they'll be like, "Oh, like they removed one of my videos because I don't remember what the reason was, but you know when they make it sound mad." It was literally like I was speaking about Love Island now. So like I think I always had to.
It's probably a word.
A bit of a hoe. I called him a hoe. That was it.
That's what it was.
And I was like, is it that? Okay, I guess because I guess when I was talking about women, the context would feel much greater, so I guess. But I was just like, wow, okay, I guess I can't be mad at it if it's going to work on the other end as well.
And I think they looked at that video and I wasn't saying anything bad to them.
So they know that it's the people commenting.
It's the people commenting, so they were just like, we can put these measures in place. And then after a while, I just said, because people would go on there, see they can't comment on that video and go to another one on my profile.
Wow, people like that.
That's how, So I was just like, okay, turn all the comments off. Nobody can comment on nothing. Boom, that's it.
Sorry.
For a week. I was like, when it simmers down, I'll come back.
I was gonna ask, does it kind of put you off, like seeing that reaction? Because I'm not gonna lie, I haven't even had it anywhere on that level, I don't think, with you. But it does kind of like, make me a little bit when you do get those moments where like I said the lightest thing about like it wasn't even like what's the word? Controversial. Like, do you know what I mean? Like it's what I would think most people would think, but because you don't agree, all you in the comments tapping you kind of thing.
Yeah.
And sometimes it does make me feel like, not that I don't want to do it, but it kind of almost makes me extra cautious when I'm making content. Like I realize I have this habit now of like over explaining myself or like, just trying to over explaining myself, and then I'm actually saying a whole lot of nothing because I'm trying so bad to be like, it's not that bad because I'm backing it up with this and this. And like, you actually can't make content like that. You just have to say what you think. And
after a while, you can't be too PC because then the point that needs to be made gets lost.
Exactly.
But no, you're right. So I have a podcast where I speak and I always say on my podcast, I'm always like, this podcast is my domain. This is my space. I'm gonna say what the hell I want in this space. If you don't like it, you can click off.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not hungry for followers. It's fine. But on TikTok, I've learned that I can't take that same approach.
Okay.
So you would have noticed that I do still do talking videos, but I'm very picky on what I decide to talk on. And I show more of my interests, which is hair, makeup.
Yeah, I have noticed that lately.
So I'll dip in and do a few talking videos here and there about things. But then I'll make sure that my other content is the beauty stuff, because that's the stuff that I love. Every day I'm doing something to do with beauty. Like I'm into makeup lately so much, so I might as well showcase that on my TikTok. And then more recently I made the conscious decision that I will still do yapping videos, but I'm only going to do yapping videos on topics that pertain to women.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to, when it comes to like anything to do with like outside of our sphere, I can leave that for the podcast. Because my co-host is a guy.
Yeah.
So we can talk about those things over there. But on my TikTok, I want it to be for girls.
Okay, I like that.
So
almost be more personal and lifestyle as opposed to
it's
social commentary.
I'm still going to do social commentary, but it'll be on stuff that the girls care about. For example, when Aloni announced that she was no longer engaged, I did a video on that talking about like why are people coming for her. People are saying
I honestly feel so bad for Aloni sometimes because it feels like she can't do a damn thing.
Right. And I was like, listen, as girls, what she did was like, she's a good example of what you should do. Like, marriage is such a big thing. Who you choose to marry, it can completely change the trajectory of your life. So if you're not happy pre-marriage, then you should be considering, do I really want to do this? Like, don't just do it because it's going to look good on the gram and, you know, this is your life.
Like, you're sharing your life with somebody.
This is your life. Like, let's not play about it. So it's still me yapping, giving my opinion on something, but it needs to be something that's going to be gratifying for the girls. Otherwise, I don't want to do it.
Has that stemmed from like how this Shoma and Davido situation blew up, or is it just more forced you to think about what type of content you want to make?
When I first started doing my TikTok, that was always the intention, to do content for women, like-minded women like me, and talk about topics that we would care about. Because we love gist, girls like gist,
we do.
and guys get into it, but why are you in women's business?
Yeah, basically.
That's
what I was thinking,
So,
like, why are you?
I don't know, I can't use words to convey it. Like, why are you here? So, if you look at my more earlier videos, my yapping videos, I was talking about things that the girls would want to talk about. And then I started to deviate and talk about more wider things. But I've been bitten on those topics. So now I'm like, I don't want to do that. I don't need to talk about those things. On TikTok. So the Davido and Shoma thing kind of solidified that for me. Like, you know what?
It's not even worth it because
it's not worth it. Like, my piece comes first, and actually, I don't even care that much about stuff that.
That's the thing that I think people don't get. Like, the way they'll be attacking you, like, it's like, you know that people are just literally just saying their thoughts and then going about their business. Like, we're not carrying this around. Nobody cares like that. Do you know what I mean? I think I said this to Fatima yesterday. I was like, the internet, like what it's breeding, it just causes people to care about shit they really don't care about. Like, everyone is so ready to react to something, and then someone says something and people react, and then the people that don't agree with them react to them, and then it's like, you know that none of us really care about this.
This is
you're
the
all
thing.
acting like you do.
This is the
it's
thing.
Weird.
This is the thing. So, I mean, we're similar and we do similar content in that we talk about that we're commentators, right? And being a podcaster is being a commentator. You're talking about like real life situations and you're putting your take on it and sharing your opinion. That's the whole point of the podcast, right? Unless you're doing an educational one, but that's not our genre. And I think what people don't realise is it's not overly curated content. It's not content where you sit, I mean, you do set up a camera, you set up lights, but it's not one where you're like, the editing's got to be this, you've got to do all these weird and wonderful graphics, it's not like that, they're just talking. Our talent is our ability to conversate. So more time, I will have a thought into my mind. I'll be like, oh, this is my opinion on something. I'll just put my camera on and swing it around. Film it. There's no retakes. Film it in one shot. Cut out all the. Literally. Within 20 minutes, the video's edited. Post it. There's no.
And then after that.
And it is what it is. It's out there. It's in the world. It's not something that I've sat down and like, today I'm going to talk about. Like, it's not something you plan. You might have a vague idea of what you want to, like, the topic you're going to touch, and you know what your opinion is, but it's not overly like planned. And I think people think that when you do social commentary,
you care so deeply about this.
That it's like, wow, I've been having sleepless nights about how I'm
gonna... about. It's the talking that I care about, but it could be about anything.
Exactly.
It's in front of us, but you don't care.
Exactly. And I know that my talent is I'm very good at conveying things in a certain type of way. Like I know that even the wording that I choose is kind of what makes the topic kind of hit. And the way I speak as well, it's very much like, if it's an opinion you don't agree with, you're gonna feel attacked. But that's just how I speak. So
it's what it is.
So it's not me trying to be like I'm trying to be controversial. No,
you just feel that way because
best believe I meant what I said. That's about it. Like I genuinely felt like
it's because people just want people to agree with them, and they get angry when people don't. That's literally what it comes down to, because it's like even like the smallest thing, and this is when sometimes it can feel draining. Like it won't put me off, but sometimes I feel like. Because what I'm trying to do with TikTok, I'm trying to grow like a following, like an audience. And sometimes I just get a bit like discouraged just because I feel like a lot of what I attract is like, you get, like I feel like I do good, what's the word? My analytics are good in terms of views and stuff. And like there'll be the odd video where I get good engagement. But I feel like people just come for that moment and they never come back. Or like you just get a random flow of people that are just either attacking or just like, sometimes showing positivity, like, and it's all great reception, but for that one video. And it just feels like temporary, spouts rather than a following. So sometimes when it comes negative and you get the people just attacking and you're like, I'm not even making it for you anyway. Sometimes it just feels like, why am I even bothering? Because it's like, I'm trying to talk to you, and that feels like what I'm getting. Yeah, it is a lot. And one thing I will say is, on that point is, don't do it to get a following. Do it because you want to share your opinion. You think you feel like your voice should be heard, and it comes across differently when you do it like that. For me, I didn't start TikTok to get a following. Yeah, you did. I didn't think that I would get 1K subscribers. And when you think about it being less than a year, you're 50K. In that time, really good. That's what I'm trying to say. Like I started in November. By January, it was on 10K. I didn't think that I would be. Thank you, Harry. I didn't think that I would be. I thought if I get 1K, I'm happy with that. I didn't even think I'd get that much. For me, I'm not on there to gain followers. I'm on there to be me, to be myself authentically. When people see that, if they relate to it, they'll follow me, and that's how you build the community. And I think you're in a really good space because opinions. The whole point of being a social commentator is you're giving a platform or a space for people to discuss their opinions. You don't have to agree with me, but let's have a discussion about it. Exactly. You might actually even change my opinion. Like, I was going to say something because that's another thing that people don't understand. Like, I'm not necessarily like just because I'm sharing my opinion, I'm not dedicated to not changing my mind or like thinking differently on a situation. Because sometimes you'll come back to a situation like, oh, you know what? I didn't actually think about it like this. Like, now I actually think differently. And a lot of the time, you're not saying it as it's not a dictatorship where like, this is my opinion. I'm trying to get you to see my opinion. This is what I think. This is what I think now. Yeah, exactly. This is it. This is what I think. And I say this on Unpicked a lot. My opinions. Like from when I reckon if I go back to the earlier episodes on Unpicked and look at some of the things you talk about, I probably 100%. I probably have a different perception. You change your opinion massively on certain things. So like it's not. I think people think that when people do the content we do, that we're there to try and like get them to agree with us, get them to have the same opinion as us, and it's our opinion or nothing. No. It's just me sharing my opinion. If you want. Respectfully share yours. If you disrespect me, I disrespect you back. You asked for it. Do you know what I mean? But I'm just saying what I think because I think that my opinion is valid and it should be part of the conversation. And I think when you approach it like that, that's where the community comes in. Because it's not I'm trying to tell you and I'm right or wrong. It's okay, I hear you. And even when people don't agree with me in the comments, I still engage with them. But I don't always defend my point. I'm like, I hear you, but as much as you're saying that, I still think what I think. Exactly. And likewise, if you say something and it's like, oh, actually, and then I'll say it in the comments. When I reply to you in the comments, I'm like, oh, actually, exactly. You send a reply to that comment, be like, because that cultivates that back and forth conversation, and that's where the community comes in. I think people have a negative
perception of podcasters and
They
people
do.
that do
The
social
slightest
commentary.
thing is like, oh, ban all the podcasts. It's like, you actually don't have to listen. Like, you don't have to be here. Like,
Oh
it's
my
that
God, I
serious.
say it all the time.
It's not that serious.
You know what? You could have swiped up, you know.
Like, it's as in, if
Because
you
sometimes
really don't agree or you don't like, you just don't watch it.
you know that when people are like, why do you care so much? Why are you taking privacy off someone else's headache? I get that quite a lot.
And
I'm like,
you're in my comment section doing that right now, though.
Thank you. Thank you. God bless you.
Make it make sense.
But I'm like, what? You two. Are you not taking paracetamol?
Are you not right
for my
now?
headache?
Just taking your paracetamol for apparently
me?
my headache. Yeah.
Did I ask you to be here? No. If you didn't like what I said, you could have scrolled, you know. No one asked you to comment. And then I've done stuff like, for me, I will delete your comment. If it's too disrespectful, I will delete it.
Yeah.
I will block you.
I'll do that. All of that I just block.
You deleted me. This is my platform. This is. I don't even know. Hold on.
No, you deleted me. People are funny.
Wait. This is my video, you know. I know TikTok is for the masses, but this video is mine.
Oh my God.
So that comment section is mine. If I don't want your comment there, if I don't want your comment there, I have every right to remove it. This is my content.
Exactly.
Are you okay? If you want to talk a shit, talk it on your TikTok.
Exactly. Make your own video. Jeez. Oh my God. People are hilarious.
Nah, people take it too.
Social media has gotten us in a weird place because even to the point where sometimes making like Love Island content is draining because I swear, one of these days, one of my ideas is that I really want to do a documentary on stan culture, and when I do get around to it, I can't wait because these people need to be studied. Like, I can't fathom this behavior. Like, it's one thing to be a stan for like a celebrity, a singer who you really like for their music. Like, I understand how music or, you know, watching someone on TV for years or whatever can have, you know, not make you crazy, but, you know, I can understand having that kind of
I can't lie.
I get it. Like,
I don't.
The way I love Beyonce, I can't lie that like I don't get it. Like, to some extent.
I don't get it at all. I love Beyonce.
The healthy appreciation, not stan.
This girl, sorry to be crude, but this girl uses the toilet the same way you use the toilet.
Oh, Beyonce,
For real, let's be real here. Like, we're all human. Like, what? Why do you care so much?
Yeah.
This person doesn't know.
Now, when it goes into standard,
they don't know you. They don't know you and they don't care about you.
At all. And
so why are you
putting in hours
and this is
and doing all this online activity?
And that's the point I made on the Shem video because you lot are dying on the line with this guy. He doesn't know that you exist. He doesn't even know that you exist.
And also, if you really like someone, sorry, because I know we're back to that video, but if you really like someone, like if this is all a defense of Shuma, would you want this for her? Like, is this a situation that you would want for her?
But to be honest, some of them really want that situation.
Wow.
You got
themselves.
Yeah, you got to think of the context. Like, in some people, class is not the same. Like, the internet makes us all think we're all the same, but we're not. People are coming from different lives, different backgrounds. People have different stories, different contexts. Some people they're on the internet and they're living in scarcity. So to them, Shoma marrying a really rich man is goals. Who cares he cheats? Do you know he's a billionaire? He comes from a billionaire family.
Big family, yeah.
He's got loads of connections. She's in on that crowd now. If I could have that, I would take it. There's some of us that are like, there's no amount of money that can sell that sort of disrespect. We come from a place where we're not living in scarcity. I'm not a billionaire. My family are not billionaires, fair enough. But my family are a big family in Nigeria, but we're not Davido level. So for me, I'm content with the level of lifestyle that I have because I'm not living in scarcity. So I don't have that mind. It's not that deep. I can be like
myself.
Yeah. Whereas if you've lived in scarcity, then it's like, like I need to do whatever I can, and I will take whatever I can to get out.
Which makes sense.
So I don't feel. So I feel like I kind of get their mindset when they're like Choma Wando because he's got money. I don't agree with it because I don't need a man's money for me to be okay. And actually, I don't need my man to be a billionaire. Don't get me wrong. I want my man to spend money on me. I want my man to have money.
All that,
But not to the extent where I'm going to close my eyes to him disrespecting me, potentially bringing home diseases, women coming out of the woodwork every quarter of the year saying that they're having a baby with my man.
And I feel like most of those women that do that, even when you are living in scarcity, they never really are happy.
No.
Like, it's never like, you know what, it's fine. Like, I can actually ignore it and live a happy life. Like, I think they think they can do it in theory, but it is really like, you're basically like selling yourself short every day in your own marriage, you know? Like, it's not easy to do.
And this was my point in the video, because I made a statement that triggered the Nigerians because they don't like, it's almost like a curse, where I said it will never be well with her. And what I was talking about was her mental health.
Yeah.
Like, she might be happy to have the most latest designer, this, that, be flown out here, there, meeting all these famous people, going to all these like high-end events, rubbing shoulders with the elite. But inside, it will not be well with her because she has no peace in her marriage, and that was the point I was trying to make without me over-explaining. I shouldn't have to explain that to you.
Yeah.
It should be obvious.
That should be obvious.
It should be obvious to you that what I'm saying is, on the outside, it will be well with her, but internally, it won't be. No woman is comfortable.
Yeah.
No woman is comfortable.
It's never ever something that looks like
my man
is worth it. Yeah.
No.
It's not.
Unless you are doing your own thing, you've got your own vices.
Yeah.
You're never 100% okay with it. Let's not lie to ourselves.
Unless it's not a love marriage at all.
You.
Unless it's actually like a business arrangement.
And this is what I'm saying.
That's the only way I think that you can be content.
And that's why I said.
Not tie that person that way.
Exactly, and that's why I said in the video. Unless she's got her own thing going on.
Yeah, exactly. That her own side of Exactly. Sorry, you guys. It's hot in here. So we had to put a fan on. So I'm sorry. I hope it doesn't obstruct the sound too much, but. Our lives right now. We've got to think of them. I'll be sweating. I don't want to sweat outside in the chair either.
It's so funny how in the UK, we be complaining when it's raining.
We really do.
As soon as the sun comes out, I feel hot.
Sometimes the way I be complaining, I'm like, I act like I haven't been here all my life. I really should be used to, but I'm not.
I make the point of not complaining about the sun because I complain about the rain so much. Like on Twitter, when it rains or when it's cold, I'll be going in. So when it's hot and it's too hot, I'm like, you actually need to close your mouth.
Yeah.
You have to close your mouth. You was complaining. You was complaining.
But the heat is a lot over here. The sun is really sunning.
Do you know what it is? The sun is sunning, but we don't have the infrastructure. Like all the buildings are built to insulate heat.
Yeah, that's why it's hotter outside than it is outside because. Like sometimes I come home from the day and you know when you're on your way home at the end of the day it's not as hot and then I come in my house and I'm so shocked by how hot it is. I'm like, why is it like a sauna in here? And I'm like, it's because it's taken in all the heat from the day and it's just not going anywhere. Like it's just in the house now.
You open that front door.
Yeah.
You open the front door, and the heat hits you.
Like
the way the heat. Have you been to Nigeria?
Yeah.
When you cross the plane.
Yeah.
Straight humidity. Boom. Yeah.
Like, I'm in Nice, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you remember that 40-degree day? Well, I think it was 2 years ago. That 240 degrees day. Oh my god. This must be what the desert feels like.
I was walking around with spray bottle
in
my house, spraying myself because it cools you down for like a split second.
But yeah, I was gonna say, wasn't the whole warm by the end of it though?
No, I don't know why.
Okay.
But for some reason, because I got continuous sprays.
Okay.
So
it wasn't like a homemade one, okay.
And then it's like a sheen type of spray.
Okay.
So it cools you down temporarily.
That's good.
Yeah, temporarily.
Yeah, for 5 minutes.
I was like every 5 minutes, shh. Oh, shh.
On the central line? Boy.
No, you can't pay me to get on the train.
The central line in the city.
I'm working from home. Sorry, I'm working from home. Are you okay? Nah. And especially someone that likes to wear like full glam makeup because I don't know how to do.
I don't know how you go to it. Because when it's hot, in Malta, I was like, there were a couple of days I just didn't bother.
No, sis, I've tried to do the natural look. I've tried to do the natural makeup.
Yeah.
I've tried to do that. I don't know how to do it. I'm being so real.
Oh, well, natural, so not glam.
Yes, like I'll sit down and I'm like, today, less is more than me.
Yeah.
We're doing less is more. By the end of it, it's the same thing. I don't know how.
Because that's your go-to. That's what
it is my thing. I'm like, it doesn't make sense. This is supposed to conceal. I'm not concealing anything.
This is not natural.
Before you know it, it's glam down again. So, well, this is it. Living your truth. You know?
Oh, God.
But yeah, no, just going back to the TikTok thing. I am conscious that I'm going through a stage right now where my TikTok might look like, what is she doing with this at the moment? But it's just because I'm just still trying to find my place in.
Yeah, I mean, I still think it looks consistently like what you've been doing because you've always been doing the makeup and skincare and stuff. So it's not like a huge deviation. I just noticed that you hadn't done as much. But I was also like, there hasn't been much going on lately. So it might also have been that. Lately I've been struggling trying to think of pop culture topics. And so, because I feel like you can relate to this as well. But like, as you get older, you just don't care. And it's like, we already didn't care. But you know where it's like, I don't know if I can even muster up the Like, because what do I say? Because sometimes it's hard to find an opinion, really, on something you don't care about. Do you know what I mean?
facts.
So sometimes I really be struggling to think of something
I'm
to
telling
say.
you now, like, sometimes, like, I'll see certain things, certain discourses, and part of it is I don't care. But the reason why I don't care is because it's a recycling topic.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, we have a lot of that.
We've been talking about this for 5 years.
Yeah, like relationships. To be fair, there's a lot to discuss with relationships, so maybe not as a whole, but like, for example, like, who should pay for dinner, or who should sit in the front, you or his mom? Like, oh my god, go away.
On my lives.
Go away.
It's so funny because on my lives, I normally do my lives when I'm getting ready to go out.
Yeah.
Not all the time, because if I'm in a rush, I put the live on.
Yeah.
But if it's like, so I've got some time, let me do a live. On my lives, I always get the same topics.
Oh, really?
Like, what's your take on 50-50? What's your take on dating older people? Older, younger? What's your take on... I'm like, don't ask me for my
I
take.
don't have a take.
Do
what you want.
Because if you look at my videos, you can probably guess what my take would be.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Because I have a certain mindset. So you can probably guess what it is.
Yeah.
I don't need to entertain this. And I'm not going to do a full video of it.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
What I like to do though is like topics like Chioma and the video where it's about cheating and whether you should stay with a guy if he's cheating, which is another recycled topic.
Mm-hmm.
I can talk about it at that stage because
that affects people in real life as well. Like,
well, because the topic's about the video and Chioma, and that is a theme that we talk about a lot, but it's about this specific relationship. So I might talk about it in that way. But for me to just put the camera and talk about should we date 50-50, you'll never catch me.
Yeah.
It has to be related to something that's currently happening.
Yeah.
And then I might slip it in.
Yeah.
But I'm not doing that.
It's just all it's all getting out of hand.
We need more shows.
We do.
Because that's where I get I'm not gonna lie. That's where I get my talking
points. TV. I actually, that's my favourite thing to talk about. Like, I talk about TV shows all day. Even when I'm actually like watching my content to like study and stuff and like see, which is good. Like, I think I come alive more when I talk about TV shows than anything else. I'm like, so I really do love film and TV.
Yeah.
And like, that's why even like our reality shows, like, I don't know if I will say they've gone downhill just because of Love Island, because to be fair, like Married at First Sight is still really good. And I've heard like good things about other shows as well that I don't watch, but I don't feel like I watch a huge amount of British reality. It's really just those two.
Yeah.
But like, do you think that with Love Island, for example, do you think that we've had our heyday? Like, is that era kind of done? Or, because I was having a weird take, random internal take last night. I was like, I feel like there's potential for it to go back to how good it was, because now we're at a weird point where we're not getting brand deals anymore for the show. Like, you know, where you can go in and you can get a Pretty Little Thing or a Boohoo deal like that. So that was kind of what people started striving for. So it took away from the reality of the show and what made it good. But now we're not even getting, like, the contestants aren't really getting that. It's much fewer and far further between. So it makes me think, if it's going to keep going, there is potential for it to kind of come back full circle.
I don't think it's Love Island itself. I think it's the viewers.
The viewership,
So we've changed.
The viewing experience or the actual?
No, we have changed.
Okay.
So like, I can only talk about this from my perspective. So the current Love Island season that we're on now, I struggled to watch it. And at the start, the first few episodes, I remember doing a video on TikTok talking about how the contestants are boring, blah 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 blah. But then I deeped it. I was like, is it that they're boring, or has my taste changed? We
have watched more reality shows as the years have gone on as well, so maybe our standards are higher?
That's not my point. It could be a bit of that, but I think it's because I think as I'm getting older, Love Island is a younger crowd.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And so I'm getting older, and the age of the contestants are not really changing. They tend to be around the early 20s. You might get one that's like post 25, but the rest are early 20s, and so that means every year I'm getting further and further away from relating to that generation.
So it's not for us, essentially.
So I don't relate to them. So I'm not related to them the same way that I would have back in the day when I was, because I'm almost touching mid-30s at this point. So some of these contestants are more than 10 years younger than me. Their way of doing things is different to my way of doing things, and also sometimes I'm over it because I've been there, done that. Like I don't.
But last year was good though.
Last year was good
with Ella and Tyrese.
But I think this season's good as well. If you look at the discourse that's come out of this season, it's been juicy.
From an entertainment standpoint, this season is definitely not the most boring. I think
It's
it's
not.
just more like I've just been drained off of the everyday of it, really. I think that's the main thing.
But that's my point. That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying, that as we get older, our tastes are changing.
Yeah.
And so, but Love Island stays the same.
Yeah.
And so it can feel like is Love Island going downhill? No, it's not going downhill.
Absolutely.
Our tastes are changing, and I really deep down, I was like, you know what, Love Island, this season is no different to any other season. Let's be real. It's not that different. The only difference is that Joey, we've never really had someone that's already in the limelight on the show like that, and that's a new thing. But I'm not moved by it because I'm like, okay, give me something.
That's
do you know what I mean?
So dumb that they put him on this season.
I do want to say that I do think that Joey and what's that guy's name?
Sean.
I do think that they're racist.
He's 100%. Joey is actually like. I was thinking about it last night. I was like, Joe, because people I've seen tweets say like, oh, this has been a bad move for Joe's career kind of thing. I'm like, I don't think that's true. I get why people are looking at it that way, but ultimately Joe's gonna be fine. So I don't know if I think that, but it definitely, I think, has. I don't know if there was even a public perception of him before, because really respectfully, we don't care about Joey Essex. But like ultimately, when you compare him on the show now to Towie, I'm like, I never thought Joey Essex was a dickhead. Do you know what I mean? Like he never came off as an asshole on Towie before. So in that sense, I'm like, I feel like some of these shows cannot do wonders in that sense for people. That's like, oh, we kind of see you now. Yeah. And we don't like what we see. Like this might not have been the best move in that regard. And 100% he's racist. Like you can tell, like the microaggressions. Honestly, from Omar, I clocked it. Because the way he was, there was something so weird about the way he was so ready to go because it was Omar. And I just know it was something to do with him being a black guy. I just knew, I could feel it.
It's because
you were only aggressive for no reason.
They've never had to feel inferior.
Yeah.
And they don't think that they need to feel inferior.
Yeah.
It's so deep, yeah. They're intimidated by us.
100%. Yeah.
They're intimidated by us. But it's not an overt intimidation. It's one that they don't even realise they have.
They don't even know it's there until it happens.
It's so subconscious for them. Yeah. So like, I think he was intimidated by Omar because it was like, right, I'm supposed to get the girl.
The no competition.
Because he doesn't hear what yeah.
Like, what do you mean by that?
Yeah. Because in their mind, they're the creme de la creme.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm talking I'm looking at it from two. So there's the subconscious and then there's the conscious. Consciously, they believe that they're creme de la creme. Subconsciously, they're intimidating and they're trying to constantly prove that they're creme de la creme. So when Grace was like, I'm feeding Omar, he's thinking, no, that's not how this is supposed to go.
Like,
girl, did you not get the memo?
Surely not, yeah.
What are you talking about?
I don't know if you
with our whole here, Joey Essex, are you okay? Like,
you know he was thinking that too.
Did you they got me on the show for a reason. I'm supposed to be bringing in the views. I'm the star. All the girls here are meant to like me.
I'm the star.
No, for real. All the girls like, because he gives me diva vibes.
He definitely does. He's definitely that type.
Because he knows he's already a Z-list star.
Yeah.
He came on the show.
That's why I was like,
do you know what I mean? Like, he's a famous guy.
He really thinks he's the shit, but nobody cared about you.
Listen, but in his mind, he's a Z-list, sorry, A-list star.
Yeah.
To us, Z-list star.
Yeah.
He's the one that we know. Everyone else is strangers.
Yeah.
He's been on TV.
Yeah.
So he's come on the show expecting all the girls to flock him, all the girls to like him. Then here comes Omar from, what's it, South London or whatever. Somebody guy from South London that nobody knows who's been on TV.
Literally.
And he's black. And the girl that wants him is a white girl. Are you alright?
I'm pretty sure that she only let Joey hit because he's Joey Essex. Like, I think they met in Dubai, and I think she was like, you know what?
They were on the show before. Did you know that?
On the show before?
No, they were on a show.
Really?
The show. Yeah, I think it was.
I didn't know that.
2017. I forget the name of the show. I might have to tell you.
Interesting.
They were on. It was a dating show.
I didn't know that.
They were both contestants on the show from back then.
Did they meet there?
They knew each other then.
That's dodgy. Because so that's even more this given plan. It's given.
That's why it's giving. Okay. That's why it's giving. Joey was like, "Excuse me, bro,
this is not the script." He said, "Oh, I think you need to read that shit again."
Like, are you sure? Because I'm Joey Essex, girl. Like, who's this other guy?
Do you know? I don't know if you remember the season with Sophie in it, Rochelle Hume's sister. Mm-hmm. Do you remember the guy that she was coupled up with, Connor? Yeah. With the teeth? Yeah. So, I don't know if you remember his racist text getting leaked. Yes. So, yeah, he sent messages to his girlfriend saying, like, the fact that you slept with black men makes me sick, right? Yeah. I remember reading that and said, yo, you gotta be racist to say that with chest in a text. But anyway,
that's how they feel.
With chest. I said, that's how they feel.
Because a lot of them say that. A lot of them, they, you know, like, this might just be an online rhetoric.
Yeah.
From what I've seen, like there's been content. I don't know if you saw that video of this of the Snapchat group chat getting leaked.
Yeah, the girls.
The white girls.
Yeah. So
oh yeah.
I know exactly what
you're talking about. Like, and I remember like when that discourse was happening, a lot of the white guys online, let me be specific. I'm not saying it's all white guys. The ones online that were talking about this, they were like, well, yeah, like the white girls that black guys get are the ones that we don't want anymore. That's how they see it.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
I didn't see that side of
yeah, and they also have this belief that they have high expectations.
Is that why they don't want them anymore? Basically,
it's not why. It's more like you had to go for them because we would have never want you. And the notion of it, from what I've seen,
they're not speaking to the standard.
From what I've seen online, because choose my words carefully here.
Yeah.
From what I've seen online, it's the reason for it is they tend to be like the more overweight. That our features are not what attract them. Okay. Like they have the standard of you need to be slim, you need to be skinny, and the girls that tend to get the black guys don't fit that aesthetic that that expectation that they have for the white women. So they're like, we expect our women to look like this, to look like that. You don't fit that norm, so we don't want you. So of course you're gonna go for a black guy because that's what they like. So they have this. So it's so crazy. It's almost like they've told themselves that it's because we don't want them, that's why you want them.
Yeah.
But then they're also at the same time basically saying you don't have standards that we have. The standards we have for our women are higher than the standards that you have. And
there's so much to unpack with that.
And there's so much to unpack with that. I'm probably going to do it on.
I know, I was going to say that's a whole separate conversation.
Yeah, I probably will talk about that.
But
because I've seen it come up quite a few times recently.
I never saw that because I only saw like our people commenting on, so I did not even see that.
Because I try and pay attention to
both sides.
Yeah,
it's interesting.
And just hearing
that side of Twitter as well.
Yeah, and just understanding like, because I've seen like on Twitter the comments from white guys on interracial relationships. It's so interesting hearing their perspective of it. They hate it.
And the thing is, I always thought that was more of like an older white man mindset. So when I see young white guys think like that, I'm like, wow, like it really bothers you because back on the Connor thing, I remember when that happened, I didn't see it, but when I was looking up after this Joey thing, it just made me think. So I was going to make a video on it, and I saw Vaz Morgan. Do you remember Vaz from Towie?
Yeah. He
had made this thing. This was around the whole Jessie thing when she did that boys video.
Yeah.
And he was speaking up for Leanne at the time, but he kind of went on a different tangent, and he was basically talking about the amount of racism and stuff he's experienced from working on set at Towie. He said some of these people, they are different in real life, and you'll be shocked at how racist they are because ITV gives them a good edit.
That's right.
And I just read that, and I thought, could Joey be one of the people that he was referring to?
So it's Sean from Essex?
Sean, I think it's from Hartford. I think I saw his intro video the other day, and he said Hartford.
Okay.
I think.
So I was born and raised.
Where is Hartford though?
It's near Hertfordshire.
Is that I think. Okay, cool. I just that was what I assumed, but I wasn't 100%.
I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Not me saying it's
I don't think it's in Essex anyway.
But I grew up in Essex, so I did a bit of history. I was born and raised in East London. When I was 13, we moved to Essex because I was moving with the wrong crowd. That's what my family told you.
Not the wrong crowd, child.
Was that all to Nigeria?
Yeah, that was the wave at the time.
And on my road, we were the first black families to move onto the road. Okay. And in my school, I was one of 3 black girls. The other 2 were born and raised in Essex.
That even sounds like the beginning of a horror film.
Girl, I was racially bullied in secondary school.
Oh, bless you.
And so I can believe that, and again, it's probably a perception I have because I was raised in Essex at that time, where there wasn't that many black people. It's only recently that Essex has been,
but it still kind of is. Like obviously, there's more black people now.
It's a bit more diverse now.
Okay. Because in my mind, Essex is predominantly white.
Yeah. And it was way more white then.
Yeah. Okay.
So the way that they view us is they see us from the perspective of what TV show, which is ghetto, urban, crime, ratchet. That's how they see us.
Yeah.
And so it's, for me, I can believe that Joey. That's why I'm bantering about his mindset. But as someone that grew up in Essex,
you see certain things.
I genuinely believe that that's what's going on through his mind. Are you alright?
He was angry.
Are you alright?
Like he was heated.
It's meant to be
the way he came out, because I was like, this actually like escalated all on your end so quickly for no reason. Like you got in his face, like over something you don't even really know if it's true. You didn't even ask what his perspective was on the situation.
Yeah.
There was a reason why you were raring to go where it came to Omar, because if it was one of the other white guys, you would not have reacted like that. You would have reacted totally differently. And then now with the Josh thing, like, Josh has been very careful about the way he's navigating his situation, because you can tell, especially the last couple of episodes, he's been really trying not to act in a way that they know they'll paint him as aggressive, but they've recently kind of done that, because there was an episode where they kept talking about, oh, we don't know why Josh reacted like that, Josh's reaction. So I was like, Josh didn't do anything. Like, he did raise his voice, he wasn't disrespectful to you, you were the one being disrespectful, but the narrative now is like Josh acted crazy or something, so you're still doing it, even though he literally didn't do anything. And like, just the way he's so antagonistic, it's almost like he knows what he's doing. Like, I'm like, so I don't even buy he's as dumb as he acts.
It's just
because you know what you're doing in a sense. Like, it's like he's trying to get them to
it's the reality of being a black person in the UK. That's what it's like.
Yeah.
Like, if you've worked in corporate, you face that every day. It's normal. That's normal.
But when they're actually purposely trying to antagonize you,
but that's what I mean.
Yeah, that's what they do. But then when I react, it's
and then they're like, oh, you're playing a race card.
Yeah.
What do you mean playing a race card? Like, there's no such thing as a race card.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, this is our reality.
I hate that term. Yeah,
whenever we talk about it, it's like, oh, here we go, talk about race.
Yeah.
We never created race, by the way.
And it shows up in everything. It just is like that.
What's crazy to me is, I just think of it as you're illiterate, because we didn't create race.
Yeah.
We were minding our business.
Yeah.
We are
victims of this.
We are victims of you creating such thing as race and division. So now when we talk about it, don't come and start
this is your business, really.
Who created the race card? What are you talking about?
So true. That is so true. We were actually minding our business.
Right, I'm minding my business, enjoying myself, fully the time. Okay.
All of a sudden, you come on these votes now.
Right. Talk about, we're going to sell you to you.
It's so true. That's actually the definition of it. Like, one day a black person was minding their business, and then all of a sudden all this fuck shit. That's literally exactly what racism is.
Living our life, even though that we not existed, we were happy in our reality, and then you came.
And that's what Joey and Sean be doing. Me and Josh be minding their business. All of a sudden they're coming for them and challenges. Sean, that one. You see that one?
Sean is so up. Joey's backside.
It's actually nasty. Like, I look at Matilda like, this your king.
I was like, well, he might have feelings for Joey at this point, because the way,
like, he always has to, like, there was such a little moment, I think last night, the one before, where something happened with Joey and Sean just felt the need to pipe up. It was nothing to do with me or Josh or anything, but it's like, you're actually always there to bum lick. Like, it's mad embarrassing. Like, anything that happens with this guy, you have to be like some kind of cheerleader or doing up ad-libs. Like, it's mad weird.
Crazy. And this is why I love Kieran. I
know.
Damn.
One thing about Kieran, he will stand on business. Like, I love that. He's very mature for 21, so I actually don't know why he gets the narrative. Like, that they just do that to rile him out, because the way they call him immature, it's very confusing to me, because I'm like, he's more mature than any of you.
He's immature because he's not conforming to the mindset of the likes of Joey and Kyle. And another thing I wanted to kind of say that kind of came to my mind when we were talking about this earlier is, culturally, our culture and their culture is so different. Like, in the black community, we mind our business. We mind our business a lot. It might not feel like it right now, but we do.
Yeah, we do, yeah.
Like, for example, the whole Mimi and Ayo thing, once them lot squashed it, we squashed it. We said, cool, it's done now.
That was last week's news.
That's gone. There's any fuss talking about it. Okay, yeah, my girl was on her knees on the terrace. Embarrassing.
Yeah, that was embarrassing.
But once she spoke about it with Josh, and Josh was like, it's done, we were like, cool, move on. You like them. It is what it is. You would notice that it was all the Caucasians in the house that had to keep talking about it, that they couldn't let it go.
Yes. And the thing is, I even agreed with them with the Mimi thing. I actually think that she was low-key hoping for a kiss or something. Like, there was something about that terror situation. I'm like, I don't think she would have made the move, but I think in the back of her mind she was hoping for an intimate moment. Because if she really wanted to have a conversation, there were other private places that she could have gone in. Like, she could have gone to that den. Like, there was places she could have gone. So I even agreed, but they were on her dick so much.
I don't know you.
That I was actually like, it's actually enough.
I don't know if I agree.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know if she would have made the move, but I think that's what she was hoping.
I don't know if I agree, because the context in my mind is that even before she went on the terrace on her knees for that guy, for that Ayo, everyone was talking about them. Everyone was like, it was almost like they were being looked at under a microscope.
Yeah.
Ayo, Josh, Jess, and Mimi, they were being watched, and they had stopped talking about the situation. The situation I'm talking about is Ayo coming into the house with Jess.
With Jess, yeah.
They had all stopped talking about him. Mimi was still getting trying to figure out how she felt about the situation. And I'll put that to the side. That's a whole nother thing. Her feelings for Ayo and why it's there is a whole nother conversation. But I think that it made sense for her to go on the terrace because she needed privacy to talk to Ayo. Because they've been talking about them so much that if they had seen them or heard, oh, they're in the den, or they're over there, that would have been a lot. If no one knows that we're on the terrace,
but
no one knows.
Sneaking up there doesn't help that.
But
because now there's something to talk
where she played herself was she went and hired Joey.
That was dumb. That was a wrong choice.
Because you could have gone to Nicole. You could have gone to Nicole.
Kieran even. They wouldn't have
you could have gone to Kieran.
Yeah.
You could have said to Josh, babe, when you're locked in, I'm going to call Ayo and talk to him.
That actually would have been better because at least then he's in the know. So there's no
I'm going to put him to talk to him.
Yeah.
I'm going to put him to talk to him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go somewhere so that no one's in your face talking to
you
about it.
So that's all that
matters.
That's actually a better.
Because the way I would have played
it,
man, I should have been in the house.
Yeah.
The way I would play it, is I'm like, listen, babe, I want to talk to Ayo. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I just want us to talk through this because it was unresolved.
They did keep having the same conversations. That was another reason why I was was it really that because you have this conversation?
I know, but Mimi doesn't read cues. She already know that she moves with her heart first.
Yeah, she does.
So I'm gonna give her that grace.
Yeah, she does.
So I would have been like, listen, babe, I'm still very much into this, but there's still conversations that I feel are unresolved with Ayo because of the way everything played out. I do want to have a conversation with him. Out of respect for letting you know. Yeah. So that other people are not in our business, I'm going to ask that he comes and meets me on the terrace. That's how I would have done it. And then I probably would have said to Ayo directly, come meet me on the terrace. Yeah. Don't let anyone know. Yeah. If you like, tell Jess. If you like, don't tell Jess. But don't tell anyone else. That's how I would have handled that.
Because then at least then it's there's no room for it to be looked at as anything other than a conversation. Yeah. And I did do a video about this on TikTok where I was saying that as much as everyone's judging Mimi's how old? 23, 24, I think she's early 20s.
Yeah. So and I'm not saying it's an age thing because I think even I could fall into the trap where you like someone a lot.
We've all been there. Yeah, we've all been there. So I'm not going to act brand new in that regard.
Sometimes we look back and we're I did some real Nisha things for that guy.
Some of them might not even be things that they know about. It might be on the low. Sherry, even the little thing we internet.
Because a lot of people, I don't want to say it's a girl thing, even everyone, we like to talk hard body online. But in reality, the things that we would accept and the things that we do, it's a whole other story.
But on TV is a bit different. And also the on your knees thing. And I know she was on her knees because she wanted people to see her. But I said, girl, you're really crawling for that man. I haven't done that.
I don't want to say it can never be me.
Yeah. I don't like saying that because then it will be you.
I can never say that.
You're asking for
I feel like for the right guy, I would move pick Nisha for the right guy. Do you know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
We really like
take over you. When you feel like that, that's somebody.
Like this guy. I can see myself.
I hate that. That's why love is scary sometimes.
And that's why I hate being a lover girl.
Because that's actually really terrifying.
That's my truth. I'm sorry. I'm a real lover girl. Sorry. If I like the guy, I'll go and buy groceries.
I don't think that's a bad thing though.
But
I think that's a bad thing.
If you say that online, oh my god, pick me.
No, but there's a difference between him expecting you to be a maid and a cook than you just liking to cook for your man.
And my love language, not love language. It's not my love language. The way that I show love is I'm an acts of service person. Yeah. In terms of giving acts of service, so I'll be like, my babe wants this. I'm gonna go and do that for him. Yeah. That's me.
Would you do it on a regular basis, or would it be every once in a while I'm gonna treat you kind of thing?
It depends on the love, man.
Yeah.
And the bedroom antics.
Depends on what.
Let's be real, because it was really hitting.
You guys always come with because.
Listen, glasses. There's nothing I would do for that man. Sorry, are you okay?
I love the honesty.
Listen, I'll be honest with myself because I don't want to come up here like I'm cold and no, I'm not that type of bad bee. If I really like the guy, I'm doing it. I'm
saying when you like someone that much, you just want to do things to make that will make them happy. Yeah. So I'm like that. So
because at the same time, me too, I'm getting some sort of gratification from it as well because I get to see my babes.
I just don't know if I'm that type of cook, so I don't know if I could. I'll probably just have to stick with another way. I never read my cooking. I think I'm a bad cook, but you know when like I cook for myself, like this is fine for me, and it tastes good, so it doesn't really matter.
I don't like to cook for
but
myself.
I don't think I could cook.
That's
I don't have that. Yeah,
I like to cook for other people.
Okay.
I don't like to cook for myself. I hate.
Really?
I
actually like cooking. It's just having to do it all the time, but I do enjoy it when.
I love my food.
Yeah.
Like sometimes, I mean, lately I've been like obviously cooking for myself because I'm trying not to take.
Yeah.
Cooking myself, I'm like, this food bangs, damn, well done. I'm feeling the love for myself. I'm loving myself right now.
Yeah.
But I show love to other people by cooking for them, by doing stuff for them. Like my siblings, they love it when they come around and
that's nice.
She's lavish for us because she's so happy to have us around. So if I can do that for my family to show them love, I'm gonna do it for the guy that I like. So I'm like, oh babe, what's your favourite meal? I'm gonna go and practice that favourite meal so that I can cook for you.
Yeah. No, I love
Let me not lie. Let me be real. Like that's the extent of my pygmishism.
Yeah.
After that,
I feel like that's like pygmishism.
Yeah. I'm not throwing the girls under the bus for a man there. But I would cook for him, 100%.
But Real Housewives is definitely where it's at in terms of like top tier entertainment, give and take.
I think if you like
franchise and season.
I think if you're a girl that loves gifts, you're gonna love the Real Housewives.
Yeah, exactly, 100%.
You're gonna love it.
I miss Atlanta in its heyday, man. Like I've rewatched it. I think has it been twice or 3 times. I know I've rewatched it like twice. No, not all of them. I think maybe it's just twice because I've obviously watched it through. Yeah, it has to be just twice. And then I think I went from season 4 to season like 10 or something, 11. That like essentially when it kind of fell off. And I was like, this is entertainment. Like this is. And they were like giving as well. Like they were showing their lives. That's what Nene was a good housewife because Nene revealed a lot. Yeah. She had experiences on there. She and Greg had a divorce and then got back together again. Her sons were going through it. Like, her relationships with the other women. Like she really gave a lot. Like she talked about her background with her mom and like all of that. She delivered like in terms of showing her personal life. And she gave us drama and entertainment. She's a perfect housewife.
Do you know what just comes to my mind? Do you know how Candice has a potty mouth?
Yeah.
It reminds me, Nene's like that.
Yeah, I know. To be fair to her, because I used to be like, Candice can go a little bit too fast sometimes. But then when you compare it to people like Nene, I'm like, actually, it isn't really fair.
Like, she does go too far, this is what she says.
Yeah.
But what I mean is like, the whole, I'm gonna go off on you. That was Nene. Because there were times where Nene is like, sis, let it go. You don't have to fight right now.
Yeah.
She will still fight. That's Candice.
Because she knows she's entertaining with it. So what do you think?
Since you mentioned Dubai, because that's more of the
are you up to date?
Yes.
Yeah.
Who do you like? Okay, tell me who you like and who you don't like. Honestly, for a lion.
Ooh, okay. I don't like Brooks.
Okay.
I don't really like Sarah. I don't even know if I don't like her or if I just don't buy her. Like, I don't know if I buy what she's selling us. I don't like her little friend that be piping up when nobody asks you. Sabo or something's name. But apart from that, I don't know if I've heavily disliked anybody else. I didn't like Sainsbury the first season. I'm really getting to enjoy her the second season because which I'm glad about because I wanted to like the only British woman in it, but I really wasn't feeling her in the first season. I feel like she's loosened up slightly and is a bit more like kind of minding her business. So I'm not mad at her this season.
But I don't blame her for minding her business because I side-eye her marriage.
Me too. Heavily side-eye her marriage because I don't like her man. But then at the same time, I almost can't blame him because she married him and I don't know why she married him, so there's that. Because I'm like, ultimately, you lot should not have got married for logical reasons. You don't want a baby, he does. Like, this shouldn't even have happened.
And in season 1, she kept going about, he won't marry me if I don't have kids for him. And that for me was problematic. Like, children is such a big commitment. So, I'm not going to commit, I'm sorry, I'm not committing to that if I don't want it. I think just
and she does not want children.
And I think women.
I think she'll have one.
I think women in general, we need to start moving like men in that space because you see guys, if they don't want to, they're not going to do it. They don't care.
Facts.
I don't care.
Do you think she'll have a baby? I think she will end up having one even though she doesn't want to because she wouldn't have married him otherwise.
She will.
Yeah.
Which is so and that's pick-me-shit behaviour. Yeah, that's real pick-me-shit behaviour because I'm sorry.
Because she wants a young man.
I'm sorry. You can't like. I think I was saying before we turned on the cameras when you went in the room. I was saying how like I can't date someone that I don't find attractive. I'm sorry. You never hear a guy going, I don't think the girl's nice, but I'm still gonna date her. He's never gonna no.
Yeah, no. Yeah, never.
We need to be like that as well.
Yeah,
like, do you know what I mean? So that if there's certain things that you can't you know you can't accept, don't go there in the first place. Like, if you know that you don't want kids and he does, okay, well, it looks like we've come to the end of the road. Have a nice life. Peace out.
Well, this has been fun. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's been great. I mean, I enjoyed the experience.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure you can bag another young guy.
But I think maybe the conversation she's having with herself is that if I want a young guy, I'm probably going to have to make my peace with the fact that they're probably going to want kids because they're young.
I mean, they probably would, yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's why.
And most men that get married actually do want children. That's why they.
Yeah, they get married. Yeah, which is. I honestly think just find a guy that doesn't look like he's over there. Do you know what I mean?
No,
find a guy that's your age.
Let me stop you right there.
But there's some men.
No, let me stop right there. That's flipping hard to do.
No.
Girl,
especially if you like white men, I guess. With all due respect.
Girl, even the black guys. No, let them flog me. Let them flog me.
I feel like you can find a black man that's in his 50s that doesn't look like he's in his 50s.
No. Let them flog me. Let them flog me. I've said already, I'm coming to my mid-30s, yeah?
Yeah.
And I'm coming to my mid-30s, but what I like in terms of physical attractiveness hasn't changed. So obviously, like, how a man behaves, what his values are and stuff has changed. I'm no longer like, he has to have money and that full stop. Now I'm like, oh, is he kind, is he this, is he that? That's evolved. But in terms of what I find physically attractive, that hasn't changed. The guys that are my age and up, out of 10, maybe 1 meets that criteria.
Okay.
Men, online, I feel like men would want you to believe that men don't age and that no matter what the age of the guy is, he's always going to be attractive. Maybe for money, yeah. But in terms of physical attraction, no.
But is it more that their
hairline,
just the way they're put together,
they
or
don't
they look old?
Yeah, they look old. They don't look after themselves. Like, hairline starts looking a bit higgy-hagga. You've now got a pot belly. Like, and I'm sorry, I want someone that looks good.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? I've taken the time and effort to make sure that no matter what age I'm at, I still look attractive, I still look good. I want the same thing from the man that I'm dating, and I'm going to be very honest, I find that, and this includes black guys, the older guys don't have that, and it's very few and far between.
Okay, fair enough.
I feel like the majority of them think that they can get by as long as I've got peas, I've got money, I'm good, but not. I want the full package, I'm sorry. You can't come to me and tell me that you're making money. I make money too.
Yeah, so well she got. Yeah.
So you need to look good as well.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
So
that might be Caroline's struggle.
It's the reason why I'm still single.
Yeah.
Because I get, obviously, like, not obviously, but I do get guys that still approach me. I get younger guys, I get an array of younger guys, older guys. But older guys, the reason why I don't really give them much time is because in terms of physical attraction, it's not there. Because they don't look that great.
Why don't you give the younger guys time?
I do give the
you do? Okay.
Now, because they look how I want them to look. So that's why I said at the start that when we started talking about this, that's why I just said that I haven't matured in what I'm looking for from a physical attraction perspective.
I think that's fair.
I still want a certain type of body type. I still want a certain type of aesthetic, like facially, but the older men don't have that. They start to look like uncles past 35. Let's be very real here.
Nobody wants an uncle.
Right. You know, so it's I feel like women we shouldn't compromise on those things. Because men don't compromise on them. That's why they go for younger women, because they want to look a certain type of way.
Compromise and
which is why she went for a younger guy, because she has a certain type of physical, like what she wants him to be, and the younger guy seems to be fitting that.
But Sergio is such a child though. Like, honestly, Sergio is not even ready for this type of commitment and marriage. She's such a man child. Like, she must because I think she's kind of acknowledged that herself with her therapy. That I think she likes to baby him. Like, she likes to be the boss in the relationship. So I think that's why she didn't mind so much.
Maybe.
But he's very he's very codependent. Like,
I couldn't do that.
It's a lot. Yeah, like.
I'm very, like, my day job, even in my personal life, I'm very much like the boss. Yeah. I don't want to be the boss.
But so is she though. So it surprises me.
I don't want to. I'm speaking for me. I can't imagine like always having to be like taking leadership and then in my own relationship I'm now babying you as well. I don't have time for it. And then you're asking me for a baby when you're still on yourself. No, I don't want to raise a child. Like I want my man to be my partner. Not another kid, not a kid I've got to look after, or another younger sibling. I don't have time for that. So who do you like? Oh, I forgot about Talene. I like Talene. Okay. What do you think of, like, who do you like, and what do you think of this current situation with Brooks and Talene and everything? I don't like Brooks. I'm always going to be on anyone else's side.
Okay, fair. Yeah, I don't like Brooks.
I don't like. I think she's very.
She just seems like a nasty person. I can't
She's got a horrible personality.
Yeah, because even in her interviews, I feel like she reveals more in her interviews than anybody else. Because like, even like she's like rooting for Lisa and Ayan to have a problem all the time, and I find that so weird. Like that really speaks volumes on who you are.
She was like that from
nobody's
season
even
one.
bothering you over here.
In season 1, she never liked their relationship.
Yeah.
Because she used to say that Ayan was Lisa's.
But why does it bother you? That just shows that you're not a nice person.
I think because
why do two people loving their friendship and just being good best friends? Why does that bother you?
Because she doesn't have a friend like that for herself.
Basically, yeah, that's what it's giving.
She's a hater.
Do you think that's why Talene is kind of distancing herself from her in a way?
I would.
Yeah. That she's kind of picked up on this.
I would.
Because she did say when she was speaking to her husband, I've never been in a dynamic with her with other women. So maybe there's certain things that I'm seeing now that I didn't see before, and I'm like, that would actually make sense.
Yeah.
Because some women do change around when they're in a group setting.
It's problematic.
Yeah.
And I think deep down, because like season 1, there was almost that alcoholic narrative where she's always drunk.
They're still doing it.
So yeah, to be fair.
Yeah.
So I think that she's not sure of herself.
Yeah, she's insecure.
And it's not like Ayan, where Ayan's actually built brick by brick that confidence.
Yeah.
With Brooks, I think she doesn't have the confidence and she's feeling it, she's faking it, and now she's projecting on other people, and that's why she's so nasty.
Yeah, I think that's 100% accurate. And you can even tell she's kind of trying to not be someone she's not. So obviously, I don't really know who she is like that, but it's like she's trying to perpetrate sometimes. Like this narrative, I don't know if you observed this season, that it's almost like she's all trying to convince us that she's got more money than she does, or she's paid for everything. Like when she was at her son's birthday party, and she was trying to act like she paid the bill, and like you know, like
but sis, the business that let's start, but sis,
he helped you build your business,
right?
So how are you trying to convince us that he didn't partly pay for his son's birthday party?
And then she tried to do the whole, she contradicted herself, because I remember when they did that episode in season 1 where they were like 2 truths and a dare.
Yeah.
And then two truths and a lie. And she was like, oh yeah, she left that she won a billion or million settlement from her ex-husband. And then episodes later, she was like, yeah, I left that relationship with nothing. I built my business from ground up.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh no, me, you know me. I'm an analyzer. I'm an analyzer.
What are you calling a lie?
Girl, which one is it? Did you get a settlement, or did you
the money, or
and then you can't say that you bought
the clothes on your back.
Right, and you can't say that you left that marriage with nothing, because your ex-husband is the person investing in your business.
Yeah, and it looks like they still get on as well. So it doesn't even, it's like it almost, you're trying to sell us a narrative that doesn't actually track.
It's not.
Because you're still clearly in a good relationship enough to co-parent, to share business together, but you're always like, you always got a bad attitude when it comes around. Like you lot have some kind of, bad relationship. It's just weird. It doesn't match.
With me, just to answer your question around who I don't like Brooks. The only other person there's 2. I don't like Salisbury.
Okay, I thought you might say that, yeah.
I don't, because
I didn't like her before, but I like her now.
The thing with me is, it takes me a long time to warm to people. So if I've already got a perception of this, Season 1, I didn't like her.
Yeah.
So from there, it's gonna take a few seasons for me to be like,
fair.
Cool. Brooks, I don't think I'll ever like her. Sarah, I feel like I've got no qualms with Sarah per se. I think she's fake.
I think she's fake.
And she's
I can't put my finger on what. It's not as obvious as Brooks is. I can't put my finger on what I think she's faking, but she comes across as disingenuous.
That's what I'm gonna say. She's pretentious. She comes across as, I've got it all together. I've got it all together, and so I'm all knowing, and I've got to psychoanalyze you. And
it's very condescending.
I don't psychoanalyze you. You've got an honorary degree. Not a degree.
Are you like a doctor? No.
Because
if you're not, respectfully,
it's honorary.
Nonsense. Anyway.
That means that it's honorary.
Because I was wondering,
she's
a psychologist. Like,
she didn't study. She didn't study. But because she thinks she's all that, she feels like she knows everything. She has to psychoanalyze everyone, and I'm so zen.
Yeah, respectfully, let this continue being your little hobby, but don't bring it over here.
And
don't be trying to educate me.
I find people like that quite annoying.
In
general, because it's like you don't know everything.
Yeah.
You're not all knowing. You're not. No one has it 100% together. Everyone's struggling with something. Stop lying, stop pretending, and show your vulnerable side. I don't think Sarah does that.
No, and even this guy, I kind of feel like that's a fake relationship, because it doesn't even make any sense that you're so guarded, you're so reserved, you lot don't even live together before marriage, you don't even kiss, all of that, but then you're still bringing him into your life, intimately in a like you're having him around your son, like your son's already asking like when is he gonna be my dad, which I think is mad.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that, you know.
But
looking at her
kind of is a contradiction though, because that's really serious. I feel like you should only do that when it's come to the serious stage, but you're saying that
but
it's not that.
Culturally, again, this is why context matters, because she's Arab, right?
She's Arabian.
So, yeah, they're 100% not gonna have. They're not gonna live together because that's not culturally. They don't do that. And I imagine that for her to even have him on the show, they've probably had talks about marriage and being serious, and that's why she's introduced him to her son. But you're not gonna live with me because we don't do that.
No, that's
I think
fair.
it makes sense.
But I don't know. I just feel like if it's not that serious, or if you're not at that stage and you're still just getting to know each other, like why have you? It feels like a contradiction.
Yeah, but you're looking at it from. No, but you're looking at it from your. You're looking at that from your how am I gonna put this? You're looking at it from your cultural perspective rather than looking at it from their cultural perspective.
Yeah.
From their cultural perspective, it makes sense.
Like it wouldn't be a big deal to
no, because
assimilate.
I can guarantee they've spoken about. They've probably spoken about.
Maybe because she doesn't see that many men. Because I guess the number one reason why people don't do that is because they don't want like just any Tom, Dick, and Harry meeting their child.
Well,
it might not be that serious.
So
you're not even here next week. But
I think for me, I think that could be the case. But I think what I'm trying to get at here is Sarah cares about perception and how things look on the outside. And that's a cultural thing. And that's why she doesn't really show her flaws. She's very much all together, and that's why it comes across pretentious, because it's like no real human is perfect. Everyone's got flaws and everyone's got insecurities and everyone's got things that are not great. But culturally, it's all about image. Like for them, like what should I be showing and what should I not be showing? But the fact that she's on a relationship on the show and she's got this person she's in a relationship with has met her child tells me that we don't know the full picture of their relationship. It tells me that she's serious about him. Yeah. For him to even be on the show.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
And so like, we just haven't seen the full extent of how serious they are. So to us, it's like, right, so you're living, but you're introducing to your child. When culturally, that makes sense. For people who talk about marriage, do you get what I mean? We just haven't spoken about it on the show. Yeah. So
that one is fine. I will say that.
Yes.
When she put, I was like, oh, Sarah, you got good taste.
Good taste.
I said, okay, I'm not mad at it. But with sorry, I haven't got a smooth segue for this one. Yes, but just to veer away from reality TV and into TV. So you watched Supacell?
I did.
What did you think?
I loved it.
I watched it twice.
I watched it in one sitting. I watched it the second time. I watched it in one sitting. It was very much. It's easy to watch it in one sitting, I feel, because
I watch it.
You get so invested and you want to know what's going to happen. The acting was amazing. I'm a bit biased because I actually went to uni with the girl that played Dion.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
she's a very popular one though, because a lot of people watch Some Girls, which
so I knew her before. Because we were in the same. We studied law together as well, so we were in the same classes, same lectures. I don't know her anymore. We've not spoken since uni, but she's even in some of my pictures.
But she's a familiar face.
Some of the pictures I took on graduation day. She sat right next to me. So like my dad's got pictures of both of us together. Yeah. Stuff like that. So I've always supported her career in that sense. Obviously from the sideline, not that if she remembers me, great. But so when I saw she was in it, I was like, I have to watch this. Plus, I've got a crush on. Should I say that? Yeah, I don't know. I've got a crush on what's his name?
Is it Michael? Yeah, so I thought so. Yeah, he's definitely the fine boy that everyone's got there. Yeah. He's a good-looking guy though.
I saw him at the recipe.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
no
way. Yeah. So he was. I was like, I could have reached out and touched him like this. He was right in front of me in the VIP section. I was too shy to say hi.
Oh, you should have said good job.
As much as I
sometimes I don't want to be a fan.
Sometimes, yeah. And I'm very confident, but if I find a guy really, really attractive, I kind of go,
Yeah, I know what you mean. I think that's natural though. Yeah, it's like, what do I do? What
should I say something?
Yeah.
I think if he was a regular guy, not an actor, I would have shot my shot.
He's a good looking guy though.
Because in that time, I'm thinking, I'm just some any girl, why would you talk to me?
You never know though.
Don't gas me.
That could be your husband. You never know. But
I watched it, and
you know what I low-key have a crush on? What's his name? Eric, who plays. What was his name? The guy that broke Cash Machine, the super strength.
Oh, okay.
I don't have a crush on him because he's in BMF. He plays the character in BMF.
Yeah, I remember.
And he's really good in that as well. And I saw all these pictures of him because they went on the blogs, like where someone's like, this thing is fine in real life. And I said, oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, this is how you be showing up in real life. Not that he doesn't look good on the show.
Yeah.
But I feel like all the characters he plays, he's meant to look a little bit like he's going through it. So yeah, in real life, I'm like, oh, okay, this nigga's fine.
I have a type.
Yeah.
My type is dark skinned West African guys.
Where is he from? I know he's African. He's Ghanaian, okay.
I did my research.
Yeah, okay.
That's what I said, let me find out.
Because he's really good. Because he was in this show, The One, on Netflix as well. I think he's really good. He's a good actor.
He looks West African though.
He does, yeah. He looks like African man, yeah.
Such a handsome man.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, that's my type. He's just short.
But yeah, he is short. Yeah, that's the only thing. But hey, short kings, I guess.
But the show itself, I love
the show's really good.
The concept. I love the concept. I love that it's a superhero show, but it doesn't feel fake. How do I explain?
Like they're not trying to create something.
Did you ever watch
similar to something?
Did you ever watch any of the Avenger, like the Avengers seasons or Avenger shows on Netflix?
No.
Okay, so with them, like they had a few where it was like the fighting scenes looked overly choreographed.
In the Avengers series. Okay.
I feel like Supacell didn't have that. It looked believable.
Yeah, like how you would imagine something like this would look.
Yeah, I love that it was set in London. Obviously South. I don't care for South. But as he's on now, I don't care for South. But I'm glad it was set in it felt like these are the streets of London that we know. I think Peckham was in there. You could recognise places and like, oh my god, do you get it? Like, I really like that. Like I said, the acting was great, the script was great. It gave the right level of, I need to see the next episode, I need to know what happens. I need to know what happens.
Rapman said that he's got 3 seasons planned out in his head. I just watched an interview with him on The Breakfast Club. Love that it's blown up so much that in the US he's getting like media platforms like that, because amazing. He did such a good job.
Yeah.
This idea in itself is inspired, like to link it to sickle cell and like I honestly
and
like,
that's
love
what I was
that.
about to say. Like, I love the exposure it gives to something that is in our community that we talk about a lot.
Yeah, because that's what he made it for. That's what he said. He wanted to start the conversation of sickle cell on purpose, because he's like, I think it's mad that there's a disease that predominantly affects black people.
Yeah,
it's like,
exactly.
Why?
And it's a disease that we are well aware of, that we talk about within our community.
Yeah.
But outside of our community, they don't really talk about it. They don't care.
Yeah.
But now it's in such a big space that I've even seen like tweets where like Caucasians or like, what is sickle cell?
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like, oh, so now you're asking.
Because it even comes up in the TV show that other races do get it, but it's just so, it seems like it's rare because it is mainly, I've never even seen a case of a white person with sickle cell. It's always black people. Yeah. So yeah, it definitely like 100% it's going to be a conversation start outside the community. So, which is really great. And he basically said like, and I just thought it was so beautiful the way he put it. He said like, if I was someone that was suffering with sickle cell, and I would think like, what would be the thing to like almost not make it better, but make it like, okay, I'll firm it. It's like if the same thing that's making me sicker and weaker could, you know, make my child more powerful, like I'll take that kind of thing. And I was like, wow, that's so like honestly, like he's a real like I just thought it was so interesting because he was speaking about how like he was a rapper, but he really was like passionate about telling stories through rap. Like he was very much like, if he like loved a song, like he'd be disappointed they didn't come up with music videos and visuals to tell the story behind it. So he was doing that in his videos, where he'd be kind of doing what he did on Blue Story, like narrating and stuff and rapping. And then he was literally like, I think then he got introduced to like Jay-Z and Rock Nation and everything, and it was around the time he done Shiro's story, so he kind of made a story just for fun. And then I think he started going in that direction, like, okay, let me really tell stories and not just do it through rap. So I just thought it was so interesting that even though like he had a name for being a rapper before, what he really wanted to do was tell stories, and for this to just be an idea that he was sitting on for a few years and then just put it on, like I just think that's amazing.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I think that I'm just glad that it blew, and I think it deserves accolades it's received and the attention 100%. That it's receiving, and I'm glad that it's not something that's blown within our community and then that's where it's ended. It's actually being seen outside.
Yeah. What do you think of the hood element to it, the streets? Because you know how some people will be like, oh, not another. Even though I feel like it's just, don't say that about this, because I feel like that's almost kind of bordering on ignorant, because it's 1 out of 5 people that have that story. And I feel like it's fairly realistic, especially if you're respectfully basing it in South London. If it's going to be about 5 different people's lifestyles, you're going to have to put somebody in that at least is hood adjacent.
I agree. I'm one of those people that doesn't like, for example, I used to watch Top Boy. I stopped last season. I didn't watch it.
Yeah, you
I was tired of it.
Last season was not good.
Yeah,
until then was good.
Yeah, because I'm very much like, this shouldn't be the only narrative when we're talking about British black culture. It shouldn't be the only narrative. Furthermore, I've more recently even started feeling like it's always London. There's black people in other parts of the UK.
We do get some shows, but they're just never big, are they?
Yeah, so like, for example, there's one on Netflix. Oh my god, the name of the show is coming out my name.
About one outside of London.
It's got an element. Yeah. It's something to do with. Is it the Lion? Oh,
I'm trying to think.
It's about a girl. The brother's a rapper. He comes out of prison. He goes to prison, comes out. His sister starts singing, and she does her own. Starts her own music career. But the brother's part of that scene, like that hood street scene. And he goes, I think it's Birmingham or Manchester or something like that, and you get to see that same road mentality, but in another part of the UK, not London. I can't remember the name of the show, but it's on Netflix, and that was also a good show. But just about it started on BBC and then it ended up on Netflix. But again, I guess I'm saying all of that to say that it doesn't. Why is it always London? But I like Supacell was in London. I generally don't like the hood street thing because that's not all of our realities.
Yeah.
But you've hit the nail on the head in that there's 5 main characters here. There's 5 storylines, and it doesn't make sense to have 5 black storylines and not one of them be ends.
Yeah.
Road,
especially in the area it's in, because realistically, at least one of them is going to be affected by it, even if it's more inadvertently or whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, I think it was done. I have no notes.
Yeah. Yeah, that means it's good. That means it's like, wow, you really did your big one. Because there was 1 or 2 things. Like one thing I will say is that sometimes I feel like they almost didn't either explain something fully enough, or it could just be I didn't get it, or like maybe like they missed something in the script. Because like I didn't really understand like not their powers in general, but I didn't understand Michael's fully. Like, how is it that he couldn't, like, there's points where he can't read time travel, and there's points where he can, and I feel like they didn't fully explain that.
I think I understood it.
Like, why couldn't he time travel when his girlfriend died, when he just done it, and why couldn't he time travel when he was trying to go back to the future?
Because I think that he can only time travel when it pertains to him.
Like, in what way?
So you'll notice the first time he time travelled was when he got stabbed.
Yeah.
The second time he time travelled was when he was getting too excited in the bedroom with Dion after he proposed. Every time he time travels when something happens to him. I don't think it's Dion.
It can't just be something like...
I don't think he's mastered his powers to that point.
Yeah, that could be it too, because Taser took a while to... So I think it definitely takes... Sabrina's the only one that kind of like, she just got it like that.
I don't think she got it as quickly as the other guy. The guy that can run really fast.
Oh yeah, he was owning his.
Yo, he said,
practicing.
He said, I can do this, I'm going to practice.
Because that's what being broke does, you know.
Yeah.
Like, it makes you like... because he needed to make that money.
Yeah.
He said, no, we're using this as a skill.
Right? He said, I'm going to take advantage.
Exactly.
I'm going to use this to make more money.